Hey, this is Gilgamesh. I'm going to be talking about, well, I ended up seeing recently, it's on Netflix, was 20 Years Later. I'll get to that, but I wanted to go through because Saturday I'm going to go see Boneyard. We'll go back through each of from 28 days later, 20 weeks later, then 28 years later. And let's start with 28 days later. Okay. When Danny Boyle directed this movie, he took the idea of not a like zombie apocalypse in the sense that these are dead people, but he used the rage virus to show, and when people get infected with it, they go crazy, and then I don't remember in the first movie that it actually was them eating anybody. I just remember they coughed blood on and gave each other the rage virus. I do know later they evolved it to them eating people, but in the original I do believe that it was the rage virus. It basically turned people into crazy people who like vomited blood on people, not so much eating them or anything. Yeah, so that's how you got, it started with this where they were experimenting on monkeys. And the cast here is great. I love this. The cast of this movie, it was like when it came out of nowhere. It was, Alex Garcia wrote it and, Danny Boyle directed it. This, I think, was the first time they had worked with each other. And so, Cillian Murphy, some people say Cillian Murphy, but I think it's even though it's a C, I think that's why some people say it's Cillian Murphy. He played Jim. Then you have Naomi Harris. I think this is one of the early roles for her. I don't think most people outside had heard of her. I knew who Brendan Gleeson was. Didn't know who Megan Burns was. Christopher Eccleston, I knew who he was from Doctor Who. Noah Huntley, I don't remember her. Some of these people, it's like I didn't know who they were. But like I said, I knew Cillian Murphy. I knew who Naomi Harris was, Brendan Gleeson, and Christopher Eccleston. I had not seen Megan Burns. What I love about it is, we are getting it from the point of view of Jim. He doesn't know. He wakes up in the hospital. He literally has no idea what's going on, and the streets are deserted. I don't know how they did this with, how they pulled this off, because it is an amazing shot when you see him wakes up in the hospital, goes out, and you can actually see where Alex Garcia was influenced by George Romero. Because this was a rage virus, really wasn't a zombie film in the sense that, these are dead people, eating people. This is more of like people infected with a rage virus that was in chimpanzees, and it bit somebody and then it quickly spread. That's, different than, and these, and so, and it was extremely well done. The whole story and everything, and I was like, actually, like, wow, this was like Danny Boyle. Early in his, when he decided to, make this movie, and like I said, the cast is great, even though I haven't heard of some of these people. Like I said, when I saw this, and we go down here, development. This is on Wikipedia on their site, so it goes, early influences on writer Alex Garcia. He's actually an English writer, an author, and include George A. Romero's films like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. My favorite George Romero film will be Day of the Dead. I know he said that was always his favorite, and which he loved as a child. Garland claimed to have largely forgotten about the zombie genre until he played the video game Resident Evil in '96, which reminded him how much he loved zombies after having not really encountered zombies for quite a while. Director Danny Boyle, like Garland's screenplay for a proposed zombie film, having directed the 2000 film adaptation of Garland's movie The Beach. Let me see, is this the one with Oh, that's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. Danny Boyle, he's British, I think, or Scottish. Yeah, he's British. Yeah, they're both British. Rather than portraying zombies as supernatural beings, the film's rage virus was conceived as a biological contagion. Boyle and Garland intended the virus to amplify an inherent aspect of human nature, the psychological aggression. Yes, and it did. I mean, depicting rage as an uncontrollable viral force intrinsic to humanity rather than merely a psychological infection. This was designed to serve as a metaphor for contemporary social rage, including road rage, air rage, and other everyday aggressive behavior. Yeah, you see that additional influence was drawn from contemporary cases in the UK, mad cow disease and foot and mouth disease. Yeah. And here's the thing about mad cow, how that happens is, mad cow disease is how this comes about is that what they do is after they slaughter the animals, what they would do, take the spinal cord, ground it up, and for some reason think this was a good idea to feed to cows, which would cause some cows to go crazy, like literally go bonkers. I mean, and so yeah, and foot and mouth disease. I mean, you can look these up. Yeah, producer Andrew McDonald had access to funding from the National Library and pitched it to Universal Pictures, who declined to support it. Budget constraints proved to be an issue, with Christopher Eccleston having to take an emergency pay cut in June 2001. It was reported the Fox Search Pictures had picked up for co-financing as well as worldwide distribution. On the DVD commentary, Boyle and Garland frequently called the film post-apocalyptic and a horror movie, commenting on scenes that quote from Romero's Dead trilogy. During the initial marketing of the film, Boyle tried to distance the film from such labels. Boyle identified John Williams' 1951 novel The Day of the Triffids as Garland's original inspiration for the story. 5 months after the film was released in Europe, video game publisher Novalogic hosted a graffiti competition in So that's just and you can go through this and it'll tell you where they filmed it. Yeah. And how I don't know how, like, I know in America you have to pay for permits. I don't know what UK is, but the fact they made this place look deserted during filming was actually amazing when you think of how busy London is. And yeah, this is a hard, think about trying to film this and make everything look like nobody's there. It's a trick when you know how busy London is, even now. So yeah, the fact that they pulled this off is amazing on its own. And this was actually well done. I mean, yeah, using the rage virus the way they did kind of takes away from the original zombie thing, but yeah, it works. And I mean, this was such a well-made movie when it came out that it did very well. I mean, look at it originally cost, the budget was $8 million, it made $82.8 million. So it was like a huge hit when it came out. Yeah, 113 minutes. I mean, it didn't overstay itself. It was well done. Acting was great. Everybody did a great job. Like I said, I didn't know who she was. The little girl. Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, this was an amazing film by Danny Boyle and, Alex Garcia. Alex. So, yeah, this is how you do a movie like this when you're trying to make a commentary other than just zombie films. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. They didn't want to make it just an ordinary, it's not a zombie film in the sense that they're dead, coming back, But as you'll see, things do change as viruses do tend to change. In reality, viruses will change as they, progress. So they can change a lot of things. So yeah, so this is I don't need to really go long into it. Most people have seen this by now. This is just a rough review of the movie. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, you can go see it. It's great. Right now it's on Netflix. I know it's moving off of Netflix. So, but you can find it. It's worth seeing. This is Gilgamesh. I'll talk to you later. Bye.